Alright, welcome back to the channel, guys. Welcome if you are new. I'm Daphne Reloaded, and I was vegan for over 10 years, and it nearly killed me. And I actually made several videos explaining how it almost killed me. In fact, if you want to watch that, go over to my channel, click popular, and the most viewed video I've ever done will come up. It's one of my best videos. In some people's mind, it's my literal best video, and it explains exactly pretty much how I got to where I am with no longer being vegan. And for the new year, a lot of people were like, Daphne, why don't you go ahead and do them vegan videos again? We just love to hear you tear that diet up, Daphne. We just love it. And so in this video, we're going to be discussing Eric Dube's 15-year high-carb, high-raw, OMAD vegan diet. And I say OMAD because I'm like, wow, okay, OMAD is hard. Even if you eat meat, you will still lose weight on OMAD. So 1 meal a day, that's what OMAD means. 1 meal a day is literally for weight loss. And if you are not trying to lose weight, you shouldn't do it. I did it recently and I just lost weight and I didn't like it and I stopped doing that. So OMAD is only for people who I think are at least 50 to 90 pounds overweight. That's my personal opinion, okay? Eric Dube here is doing a very serious OMAD diet that we really have to discuss. First and foremost, I want to say, please do not go leave Eric Dube any hateful comments. He is a flat earther. I actually like that about him. Some of his content is very, very interesting. I think that you should check it out. I don't want you to send him any hatred or leave him negative comments or repeat anything that I've said in this video in his comments because that's just tacky. That's just tacky. I'm going to say enough for everybody. So just get yourself a cup of tea, guys, because we are going in, okay? This is Eric Dube in one of his recent videos. And I'm just gonna say, he's looking a little skinny. That's all I'm gonna say about that. But what's really important to note here is that he's standing outside of the Chinese restaurant that services all of his dietary needs. He eats out for every meal. It looks as though in this video he shows you what he eats in every single day, and none of it, literally none of it, does he prepare himself. I couldn't imagine going to a Chinese all-you-can-eat buffet once a day and then telling my audience just how healthy I am. I'm just so healthy. I just go out and I eat. Okay. Going to a buffet like that, like a Chinese buffet, is just loading up on inflammatories and garbage and just, well, you're gonna see. You're gonna see, because I'm gonna show you. I actually couldn't even believe the quantity of some of this. But when he explained that he's doing 1 meal a day, I was like, oh, okay. So he's showing up to these meals very, very hungry. This, really, sounds a lot like something somebody would do if they were single, living alone, and very old, without any capability of cooking for themselves. And they just had to go to a Chinese restaurant and eat all they could eat in one sitting, basically, because that was just what was convenient for them, because they're just, so old and rickety that they can't make it to the Chinese restaurant for 3 meals a day. So they starve and they save up, and then they plow this meal. This is an enormous meal. This is huge. This is absolutely gigantic. In fact, I had some chicken noodle casserole tonight, and it was about the sum of that one bowl right there. And because it was made with real eggs and real chicken and real cheese, I didn't need to eat 80 pounds of it. Holy shit. First of all, let's just discuss the amount of red going on here. This is just loud inflammation, nightshade, tomato fucking city. And in the description of Eric's video, he says that he had to go vegan, guys, to heal his acid reflux. And I took one fucking look at this diet and I was like, if you think that this is healing anybody's acid reflux, if you think this amount of tomatoey, nightshady bullshit is healing anybody's acid reflux, you are out of your mind. Furthermore, so much of this is designed to look like meat. He just seems pretty hungry for meat, really. And pretty hungry for things that are red and salty. And even though he says he's raw, not a whole lot of raw going on. These are heavily cooked Asian-style meals that he gets at his local Chinese restaurant. And there's also, like, something to be said for the amount of, like, cashews. They're on, like, so many of the things that he's eating. And a lot of the, I've already mentioned the tomatoes and whatnot, but listen, cashews are particularly bad. Also, nightshades. Let's have some stuffed pepper with some red sauce. Why would a vegan want red sauce? Why? Okay, there's no way that somebody who's eating, like, a high-carb diet, you know, there's really nothing that they can get out of red sauce. They're not getting anything out of red sauce. They want to be getting blood. They want to be getting the salty nutrition that exists in blood and meat, which is why they're replicating it. By the way, Eric, this isn't raw. And your fake meat consumption proves how hungry you are. You are starving. Your meals are the size of Montana. This is not a meal for one person. This is a meal for a family of 3 or 4. I mean, look at it. And then we've got cauliflower, we've got tons of cabbage, we've got tons of rice, more cashews, look at that, more nightshades, more cashews. Now listen guys, cashews are literal poison, okay? Freely even made a whole bunch of videos about how they nearly killed her because they're poisonous. Also, in this video, Eric Dube points out his adoration for Freely because she's skinny. She's skinny. And I just can't help but wonder if there's something behind this. Like, all these vegans want you to know, they really want you to know that they can eat these large quantities of food and they're still skinny. And they think that that's a reason that you would want to be interested in trying their diet. And I'm here to tell you that's a reason why you shouldn't try their diet. If you have to eat that much food and you're still skinny, your food isn't working, okay? Like, you know how some people are bodybuilders and they live in a state of building muscle? Well, Eric here is the opposite of a bodybuilder, and he lives in a state of absolute atrophy. And he has this look to him that isn't exactly a healthy, it isn't a healthy look. I found the meme today that explains this. I think we all have this crackhead drunk uncle in our families. We all have at least one of these. Thumbs up if you agree. And it just seems that they find so much pleasure in the drugs that they do and the alcohol that they consume that they cannot eat. They don't find pleasure in eating anymore. Cigarette smoking and pill snorting and coke doing become way more attractive. This is just the one family member I feel like we all have. We all have a drunk uncle who looks like this, and he's a real piece of work, and he's a real pillhead, and he doesn't eat very much food, right? And even this stereotypical drunk crackhead uncle, let's just say he's a few pounds heavier than our Eric Dube here, okay? Eric Dube looks absolutely emaciated, and in his recent videos, even more so. It's very interesting to me that this is something he's promoting after all these years, when clearly he should know by now that this isn't something healthy. Obviously, you should not go to a Chinese restaurant every day. Are you kidding me? Like, I shouldn't have to tell somebody, you really shouldn't go out and eat every day. It's not really healthy. Amberlynn Reed shows on her channel several times that she eats out almost every day. Sometimes she stops doing that for a period of time, but she goes back to eating out, 3 times a day. What is this? This is just you eating out 3 times a day, but cramming it all in one sitting, which is not exactly healthy for your digestive system, if you want my personal opinion. It's bordering on anorexia and binging, kind of almost like cheap, lazy vegan, which I know you guys can't wait for me to talk about that again. Anyway, I'm really happy to be bringing you guys this content. I want to thank you for watching this video. Thank you for considering your diet. If you want to go over and check this out, Eric Dube has a video up about what he eats, and it's right here, and it is kind of horrifying, guys. If you want to go look at it and give it a listen. I didn't play anything. I'm just giving you my thoughts based on this strange behavior of him thinking that eating out once a day at this Chinese restaurant and gorging himself on basically restaurant garbage is a good idea. Not necessarily a good idea. The goitrogens are going to wreck the thyroid. The inflammatories are going to wreck everything in the cardiovascular system, as well as arthritis type stuff. Yes. And the cashews. The cashews are nothing but inflammatories and are going to wreck the gut. Cashews aren't food. Cashew nuts are not food. They're not food. They literally are not food. And just because we can survive eating them, it doesn't really mean that we should. Alright guys, thanks so much for watching my channel. I love you. Leave a comment. Let me know your thoughts. Again, don't go leave any negative comments to Eric. If anything, go subscribe and watch his flat earth videos because Earth is totally flat. Alright, bye guys.